Good morning, folks. Bob Barron talking to you again on this Monday morning, November the 4th, 2019. I'm dressed to go outside, and it's another cold, chilly day down here in Southern California. I'm ready to go, but I saw a movie yesterday, and I kind of want to talk about it a little bit. I've never ever shared anything about movies on this channel, although I've been going to movies for a long, long time. Obviously, I'm 83 years old. I love film. I love movies. That, of course, some reason also why I enjoy making these little videos and sharing them with people. But I saw the movie called Lighthouse yesterday, and I went online just a little while ago to see what people might have thought, the reviewers, others. And there was one young reviewer on there. I'd never seen him. Can't even remember his name, but he was saying how this film was really funny, and then he used another F word, which I don't use with it, a couple times. And I cannot say this film was funny. I mean, if this film were to get nominated for Academy Awards, I think I would recommend cinematography, really interesting because it's black and white, and sound, incredible sound. Sound and the visuals both are really make it feel really an exciting movie. The acting is excellent, Dafoe and Pattinson, both really superb actors. Script, maybe that's a pretty good script, but what was missing for me was a storyline and any kind of redemption. I mean, it's what I guess you'd call it a very dark story, but I don't want to discourage anyone from seeing movies, because I think movies are part of our life, certainly a part of my life. They add lots of, well, they add elements. We learn things from film, and it takes us away from real life for a while. And thinking about what the effect of films, I've been teaching for a long time, since 1965, and way back then, I know this is before a lot of you were born, but back then, they used to tell us, some people would say, oh, it doesn't matter what your children watch on television. Well, they were liars, of course. I mean, I think even back then, most parents knew that something happened when their children watch all kinds of stuff on TV. But, so movies do have an effect, and this film had an effect on me. Similar, when I was a young child, back in about 1941, 42, my older sister took me to see Frankenstein movies or The Wolfman. And again, I don't know if you've ever seen those classic movies, but I was so scared when I was 6 or 7 years old, I hid under the theater seat. So movies do have an effect, and this one, again, I was looking online, and therapists or psychologists were saying that, even children in middle school, they think they're grown up sometimes. They are, close to it, I guess, in some ways. But this film, I guess, could be scary for them too if they get a chance to see it. I forget the rating on it. Now, as far as what's in it, gosh, there's some fighting scenes, and there was one, I guess, I don't talk too much about it. I don't want to give away all the film, but a couple of nude scenes, but nothing over the top, just distancing with a person laying down or whatever. And then I guess we'd say some simulated masturbation. That's the best way you can put it, because you can't see it, but something's happening. And then one scene I did find kind of interesting, perhaps, because the young guy, there's two guys going to a lighthouse, and one guy looks into his mattress and finds there's a hole. Oh, how interesting is that? And then he digs in the hole, finds something. Oh my goodness. And so what they're indicating, yeah, somebody in bed was having some fun. Well, we kind of understand that, because, well, we're guys. At least I think that's what guys would understand. But so there are some interesting, real life situations, but as far as a story, I couldn't really put a story together. I mean, there's some kind of madness in that, craziness, if you will, but I think I've known some or seen some crazy people in the jobs I've had in my lifetime. But what's difficult for me is, here's two guys that they signed up for volunteer, no, not a volunteer, these are paid jobs at a federal lighthouse, if you will, United States. And I think about my own life. I was in the service. That was partly working for the United States, of course. And then as a park ranger and a firefighter in the U.S. Forest Service. these are jobs I signed up for, and yes, they can be horrific with lots of other people, different kinds of people, and they could kill you, but I just found that the situation here, even though it's just two men, that makes a difference, I guess, if you're all isolated as they were. But what happened between them, I can't quite put that together. In other words, the story did not quite meld for me. And as far as did I enjoy it? Certain parts of it I found enjoyable. You know, there's the ocean scenes and the sound effects and the acting in certain places. You know, I mean, I can't tell you the whole thing. That would ruin it for you. But as far as making the whole story work, it did not work out for me. And of course, there's no redemption as far as I could tell, which I think, oh my goodness, I don't know. It's probably a hugely age difference. You know, the young guy I saw doing a review online this morning, he may be, what, 30 years old? I don't know. Here I am, 83. So maybe an older person has a different perspective. Maybe even because I've seen movies for so long, you know, a long, long time. So I've seen a lot of film in my life, and I love film. But anyhow, I just want to share that with you. And I would never discourage a person from seeing a movie, because obviously some people love this film. I came out of the theater yesterday, and the woman had already seen it, and she said, "Oh, it was excellent." Well, that was, I mean, excellent, but she didn't tell me why she thought it was excellent. I told you why I think excellence would apply to the sound and the cinematography and the acting. But it's for you to foresee and to judge for yourself. As always, you know, movies are part of life. They certainly add a lot to my life. Takes me away from, you know, it takes you away from the real life I live, and then in a little fantasy world for a while, which is kind of neat, because you know, get a little freedom from what may be bogging you down. So I say, hey, go see it, you know, do what you want to do, and if you want to respond to what I'm talking about, yakking about, as I do yak on it. I'm also on Facebook, so you can give me a little response if you want to. But as always, I say, enjoy this life, you know. That's what life's about. I think you have to find as much way to enjoy it as you can. Have a good life, and hope to talk to you again. And if this is good enough, this video, I'll put it on my channel. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.